Greetings, church. It's Pastor Brad with you again. It's Thursday, March the 26th. I hope this message finds you taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, doing the little things that you need to do to make sure that you're remaining healthy, practicing that physical distancing with your neighbors and family members who happen to come over. In our household, we've chosen to call it physical distancing rather than social distancing. We've chosen that because we are social creatures. We were made to be in relationship with one another, and those relationships are just looking a little bit different now than they have in the past. We're trying at our best here at the church to put some things in practice and in place that will enable us to be able to connect with one another over the internet. And so next week we'll probably be rolling out and trying to demonstrate some things to you so that you'll be able to download things to your phone and to your iPads, tablets that you have at your house in order to be able to see each other face to face if you choose to do that. I know many of you have iPhones, and FaceTime has proven to be a good feature. So feel free to FaceTime your friends, to check in with them and to see how they're doing. The other thing that we have on our website is online giving. Ministry is continuing here. We're doing some things differently, and it's called for us to respond to our world differently than we have in the past. And so we have that feature now. An email should have went out to you earlier today, and hopefully you saw that. And with that being said, if you're not getting emails, send us one at standumc@gmail.com, and we'll make sure you get added to the list. And check in to our website daily, churchonthepath.com. We try and keep that up to date. Every couple of days we go in and make some changes to it. So you can find some more information there. One of the things I've been thinking about recently, and it's a quote that I've shared with you before, and I can't attribute it to any one particular person, but it goes like this. We can't always choose our circumstances, but we can choose how we'll respond to those circumstances. I think many of us find ourselves in situations that would choose anything in the world other than this. But yet here we are. But we can choose how we're going to respond in the ways in which we can be helpful, we can be kind, that we can be considerate of other people, the way in which we can practice that physical distancing, maybe not for our own sake, but for the sake of those who are most vulnerable in our community. I'm also reminded of a conversation I had recently with a friend. We were talking about contemplation. He was an extrovert, and I'm naturally an introvert, which may be news to some of you. But contemplation is something I've always desired to do, and at times have been good at other times not so much. And my extroverted friend was saying that contemplation is the furthest thing from what he is good at. The idea of being calm and sitting still is very difficult for him. But what he's realized is that what contemplation actually is simply noticing. And so for his extroverted self, he has taken on this practice of practicing contemplation in his community by noticing the things that he sees around him and experiences. What a time for us to practice the contemplation by noticing. Noticing our surroundings, noticing things in our homes or things in our neighborhoods, noticing things within our own lives, maybe even within our own spirits. We've been given an opportunity to simply pause and to slow down with life a little bit. Maybe we can notice the things around us in a more holy and sacred way now. It's a beautiful time of the year. The season seems to be changing. It's warm outside, and so I would encourage you to get out in your yard if you can, to walk around and to see what you notice that maybe you've missed out on before. It could be the voice of a neighbor walking down the street. It could be the sound of car engines. It could be the sounds of birds. But I would encourage you over the next little bit to notice, to practice contemplation by noticing that which is all around you. Maybe that way you can feel God's presence all the more. As always, God has not abandoned us in this time, that God is ever more real to me today, as God has been over the last few days, weeks, months, and years. I pray that you experience God, that you notice God in a new and unique way this day and in the days ahead. Until we see each other again, Be blessed.